Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic medium, spirit navigator. We're going to be talking politics. Really quick video. I want to just drop two nuggets of information that became available to me. And not to say that I'm going to be right or that I'm always right, but I'm going to pass them along to you. And then you can use your own discernment to try it on for size and see how it fits for you, right? So number one is, please, they cannot just leave me at the altar. Like, I am here ready to do this. And they're like, we're out to lunch. We'll see you later. Cannot believe these people. Okay. Number one, thank you, is that there was a second thing I really wanted to tell you guys about. Anyway, I'll tell you about number one and we'll hopefully get number two in there too. Number one is interesting to me. Now, I know everybody's triggered. I'm triggered. So take a deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. It may not be your brand of okay, but in the greater scheme of things, it's going to be okay. Now, here's the thing. When I go into the energy around this election, it feels, honestly, it feels like 45 won. And it feels like, he's in. That's what the guides tell me. He's in. He won. Like, okay, so then I want to move to a different country. But anyway, but then I got the impression to ask them, and this is how they work with me, is to ask them ask it a different way. And I said, I'm not going to play these games with you guys. Like, I'm at my wit's end right now. So you're going to have to help me out. And they said, now just bear with me for a minute. They said, Biden has to steal it back. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't like the energy around the word steal. We're not stealing anything. If it was stolen from us, we're going to take it back. And they said, bingo, you have to take it back. So then I said, so what you're saying to me is that it's ours for the taking. Like, if Biden goes over there and says, you stole this from me, now I'm going to take it back, this can happen. We can right this wrong, is what they're saying to me right now. So it seems like if we don't take action, and I hate to put all this on Biden, but I think it is all on Biden to a large degree, because I think that he could say yes or no. I mean, obviously he's not the guy that's going to go over there and do the thing, but I feel like he needs to give approval. The guides are saying tacit approval, whatever tacit means. I mean, I think I know what it means, but whenever they use words, it makes me always want to look them up in the dictionary and figure out what they really mean. Tacit approval. So he will give that tacit approval. And I cannot promise you anything because, again, this is free will. But I think it's very interesting that when we're asking the question, we're getting the answer. We're asking the question, are they going to keep the presidency? And the answer is yes. Because if we don't go take it back, they get to keep it. What do they say? Possession is 9/10 of the law, or whatever it is. We have to stand in our power and we have to say, no, this is not going to fly. Okay. So that makes me feel a lot better, because I was starting to get this impression through other ways that they were talking to me, that I was going to have to endure 4 years of 45. Now, I still think there's a chance of that, because, again, the lesson is the lesson. And I've got a video coming out about the lessons. But we have to learn the lesson either way. The lesson either way is our wound, is the country was founded on racism and barbarianism and conquistadorism and horrible things. We're being dragged back to our homework. The universe is saying, no, you got to go back and look at this again. We're going to really make you experience this pain and this agony all over again, so that maybe you will now make some different choices. And we're going to give you this person a la 45 and these people a la MAGAs, who are perfect, the perfect foil for this lesson. This is your coursework, is what they're saying. These people and this man is your coursework. Now, I'm going to tell you, we're never going to convince them. We're never going to convince them of anything. And I think that we have to allow them to be who they are to a degree. I mean, meaning we're not going to convince them. It doesn't mean we can't pass laws. It doesn't mean that we can't shun them, because what I think is going to happen is that Americans, humans, are going to shun these reprobates, which is what the spirit guides always call them. The spirit guides always call them reprobates or cretins. I would probably use cuss words, but anyway, we'll go with their words. So we're going to shun them. You know, when the local business owner is racist, somebody's going to film that, and then no one is going to shop at their shop or take their services or whatever, and they're going to be shunned. They're going to actually be given justice by their fellow humans, is what spirit guides are saying. So in this way, we're going to learn our lesson, right? Biden can stand up to 45 if he chooses, or if the Democrats choose, and we can deal with this at the executive level, but that doesn't take care of Bubba down the street, who's a racist. We still have to take care of Bubba down the street in our community. So the lesson is being learned community all the way up to the executive presidential branch, okay? So, and in that way, it's messy and it's ugly and it's hurtful. It's hurtful to have this racism come back again. It's very hurtful to the people who have experienced it their whole lives. And now it's coming back even bigger. And I can't imagine what that's like. And I'm sorry for it. I'm terribly sorry for it. But I will be an ally, and I will videotape, I will shun, I will do everything I can to support any group that is being maligned or discriminated against. And I invite you to join me. This is how we shut them up. We shun them. This is it. Look up shunning in societies. It's very effective. Okay. So that's what's going to happen. And we're going to shun celebrities. We're going to shun musicians. We don't care. We don't care who you are. We can no longer be friends with you. We can no longer be your clients. We can no longer be your fans. We don't care anymore. It's over. We have no more F's to give, right? So that's really going to be effective. Now, of course, they're going to be very sad, upset, angry, and reactionary. And that's fine. We don't care. We know how to deal with narcissists by now. We're going to gray rock you. We're not going to take your phone calls. We're not going to be triggered by you. You can have your hissy fit. You can do your thing. We'll call the police and we'll move on. We're over it. We're over you, Mr. and Mrs. Racist. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to say is, so that was good. That felt good to me, but I want you guys to understand we got work to do. Now, the next thing, this was also surprising to me, and it just popped in my head like 20 minutes ago, and that's why I'm doing this video. It is depressing. I'm not going to lie, but we're going to be fine. So you've got 45 putting together his dream team, his dream team cabinet, which consists of the worst possible people, including like a Fox News anchor as Department of or Secretary of Defense. Matt Gaetz, he's already out, but he was in. I think Kristi Noem is in. I mean, just honestly, a team of reprobates is what it is, right? So what my guides dropped into my mind when I wasn't bitching and moaning about it, because when you're bitching and moaning about things, they cannot answer the phone. They cannot talk to you because you're in resistance. So when I stopped being in resistance and I was doing something else, I think it was laundry, they dropped it into my mind and they said, they're not trying to take over your country. And I was like, really? Sure looks like it. They said, no, they're trying to ruin your country. So think about it like this. Let's say allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, that Putin had put given or actually multiple countries. I mean, we've said this before, Saudi Arabia, Putin. I mean, there's let's just say that they crowdfunded the purchase of the United States of America. And maybe they sent this money through someone that looks a little bit or acts like or speaks like or maybe is or isn't Elon Musk. And then Elon Musk, along with maybe someone that looks like or sounds like or maybe is or isn't Peter Thiel, said, we're buying this presidency, 45 you can run, but we're going to put JD Vance in there, and we're going to be the real controllers of you. Okay. Now, here's why I think they're trying to run the country into the ground instead of take it over. Because if they were trying to take it over, they would put smart people in the cabinet. They would put people that are really capable of carrying out Project 2025. I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying it won't be horrible. Don't mishear me, and don't even come for me in the comments. I'm saying that look at who they're picking and tell me they're serious. They're picking people to make a mockery of us. They're picking people to make a mockery of Trump. As soon as Trump got in there, Russia sent on state TV pictures of Trump's wife, nude. It's a mockery. They're trying to embarrass us. They're trying to make us demean us, make us small, make us pathetic. That's all. They're ruining our country. They're not trying to take it over. They're trying to take us out of commission. Because if we drop down, and one of the things is right now the world operates on the dollar, on the US dollar. And he's got Musk in there in this ad hoc committee, external committee for government efficiency. And they named it DOGE, DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, but that's also a Bitcoin. They want to take the dollar off. They want to diminish the dollar as the basis of the world's monetary, I don't know, whatever it is, money. Let's just call it money. And by making Bitcoin, then Russia, China, everybody then is a superpower. They've been trying to knock America off the top of the hill for a long time. And I don't put America on the top of the hill, but apparently countries that don't have freedom do. And we make them look bad. So they want us to look bad. And they want to be the monetary leader, not the United States. They want to benchmark the dollar on, Bitcoin. Okay. So that was interesting to me. If you just chew on that for a while, you can think to yourself about that. And you can think about, I do feel like a lot of this is NAZI and a lot of this is HITLER. That energy is all over this, right? It really is. But in the executive branch, the people he's putting in office are not brilliant strategists. They're not brilliant people who would be able to really turn us into that. It's a mockery. Where, my friends, we really have the problem is in your community, because that's where these boneheads, these racists have been emboldened to be racist. So the fight is not in the executive branch. It's not that's just going to be Mickey Mouse, Barnum Bailey circus, sideshow. The problem is all these emboldened misogynists, racists, anti-Semites, just deplorables that are going to be running around our states. So I just thought that was interesting, right? I hope that I'm channeling this so I don't really know if I've connected the dots the way I feel like I wanted to when I started this video. But that's what I have for you today. Very quick video, just something for you to think about, because it explains why he's picking these just mockery of even these people couldn't even operate a household, couldn't operate your job. They literally have been elevated to the top because of who they know and their ideology. They're not bright people. They're not capable of doing anything, really. So I think that's interesting. It changes the dynamic of how this is going to go down or how it could go down. Now, I don't have any more energy or message around Biden standing up. I think he will. But when I go into it in my human and Susan's mind, I think this is impossible. I mean, how could this happen? I mean, really and truly, how could this happen? Well, I'm just telling you that anything is possible. Maybe it does happen, maybe it doesn't happen, but for sure it was stolen. And I don't think we're going to get all the justice we deserve. I'm not sure that we're going to get all the VOTEs counted that we missed, that were stolen from us in, the House or the Senate. But I do think that that something is going to change with the presidency. But Biden has to go take it. He has to go take it back. He has to literally go steal it back. Very different energy, right? Than just counting some VOTEs that are found. That's much easier, in my opinion. But he has to go up to their porch, knock on the door, grab the thing, take it, and say, it's mine. You know it's mine. Stand back. I'm taking back what's mine. Very different energy. Again, grabbing the power, making sure that you're empowered to take what is yours. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take really good care of yourself. I'll be off and on as the guides drop information. Sometimes there's nothing, crickets, and other times there's stuff for me to share. And as there is, I will be sure to share it with you. Take really good care of yourself. We're going to be okay. We're going to get through this because we signed up for this. I know when you cross over, check your contract. I will be checking mine for sure. But you're here. You're on the clock. They just said you're a human on the clock on planet Earth. Get busy. That's what they just said. Get busy taking care of yourself. Get busy with your self-actualization. Get busy with your own power, because this is how we're going to get through this. The faster we go through this in our communities and our states, and we stand up and we say, no, we don't agree with you. We're not going to allow you to treat people like this. And we're all going to stand together, and we're going to shun you, and we're going to stand you down. That's what's going to happen. That's what you and I are going to be doing. And then we're going to have to trust that Biden is going to do the same thing on his playing field. We all have a role to play here. Okay. I will talk to you really soon. For entertainment purposes only.